Almost 500 days ago, the first season of Premier Matchmaking started in CS2, and only today it has ended. The developers released an update that temporarily closes the Premier mode, and today I'll talk about when it will be launched again, what changes we can expect with the launch of the second season apart from what the developers have already shared with us. Also, there's a new bug allowing you to kill opponents at the beginning of a round by teleporting straight to their spawn. The video will be interesting, so make sure to hit like right now and let's get started. Today the developers released an update, and the only change noted in the changelog is that the first season of Premier Matchmaking has ended. Premier Matchmaking is temporarily closed. If you try to start the game in Premier mode, it will show that the game mode is blocked. And yes, when the Premier mode was first introduced, we discovered through leaked lines of code that it was supposed to change every 6 months, but almost a year and a half has passed since the start of the Premier seasons. If you forgot or didn't know, recently the developers teased a new update that will be released with the start of the second season. There are suspicions that they didn't tease everything that will be included in this update, and we'll talk about that today. For some reason, the developers didn't specify exactly when the servers were turned off in the changelog. From the announcement, we know that during the transition from the first to the second season, there should be a one-day break, meaning that tomorrow we should see the update that adds the second season. What's strange is that they didn't specify an exact date. Post on Twitter where they mentioned that season 1 ended and Premier Matchmaking will return soon. They only wrote that it would return soon, but didn't say tomorrow, even though it's pretty obvious that major updates usually come out on these exact dates. On January 14th, Ozny shared what could be included in the upcoming big Counter-Strike 2 update, and actually it's a fairly realistic expectation. Without mentioning Danger Zone, he wrote that Vertigo would be removed and Train would be added, and that's exactly what happened in the past few days. Also, they'll change the economy, and we know this will happen in tomorrow's update based on the developers' announcements. He also mentioned that the lake map might return, which I don't fully believe, but somehow I feel it's more likely we'll see some new map instead. He also speculated that a thermally treated AK-47, similar to the limited edition DGL thermally treated skin from the Armor Pass, could be added. The retake mode, which was found in game code a long time ago, might also be included, and there could be missions added to the armor operation. Personally, I wouldn't expect too many changes for armor in this update. The most I'd hope for is a new limited skin. You can let me know in the comments what you think about the changes and additions in tomorrow's update. By the way, if you're already regretting that Premier Matchmaking closed and you didn't have time to rank up a lot, that ranking will only appear in the medal you get for the first season, and the medal will be the same for everyone. It won't change color. I mentioned this in my previous video, so it's not something to worry too much about. Regarding the medal, the Malekuriatnik channel in Telegram showed and wrote about what the new medals will look like. Now we can take a look at what the medals might look like in advance. From the preview, they don't look that great, but I hope they'll look better when the update is officially released, though the colored version should look pretty good. The new stats from Premier Matchmaking, which you can view through the medals, are actually revamped stats from CSGO 360, the old subscription service that you had to pay for to view detailed match stats. Speaking of the future update, we almost forgot about the animations for pets and other things, so who knows what else might be added tomorrow. Now there's a bug in CS2 that turns out to be fairly common, as I learned from my viewers. When your crosshair, for example from the SG553, looks like the crosshair from CS 1.6, for some reason it breaks. And finally, the most extreme bug, some of you who follow me on my Telegram channel already know about it, but in CS2 an old bug appeared, which allows you to kill your opponents at spawn right at the beginning of a round. Unfortunately, this only works in the casual game mode. If there were free slots in both teams, you could switch from one team to the other and then quickly return to your original team. Your camera would freeze like this, the screen would go black, and at the start of the round you'd end up on the opponent's spawn. Unfortunately, you can't see anything and it seems like you can't move the camera, but you can still knife your opponents. It's pretty hard to do, but you can navigate using the sound of footsteps or shooting, and it took me a little while to find and knife an opponent, but I did manage to pull it off. That's all for for today. Thanks for watching the video till the end. I was Ravil. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Good luck, goodbye, and see you in the next damn video.